Hi friends, welcome back to my part 3 of my How to Knit series. In this video, we are going to learn how to purl. Right now we are using this Superwash 128 Cascade yarn. It's nice and thick and chunky and super soft. And I'm using a US size US 10 needle, also known as a 6mm. And what we've done so far is we have cast on, we've knitted a row here, and now we have flipped it to the wrong side. So what we're going to do now is purl across. And I'll tell you real quick, if you if you were to knit across this row, that is perfectly fine. It makes a really nice stitch. It's called garter stitch. And it's just kind of this like nice reversible fabric that's bumpy on either side. But if you want that smooth fabric look on one side, we're going to purl this side, and then on the next side you'll knit. So you kind of go back and forth to create that. And that is called stockinette stitch. So let's go. Instead of going from left to right, we're going to have the needle go in from right to left. And the yarn here you can see is in front. You don't want it behind because it's going to create this funny loop thing. So have it in front of us, go in, and then we're going to wrap it around and pull it through. And there you go, your first stitch. Okay, so let's try that again. We're going to go in here, right to left, grab your working yarn, wrap it around the needle, and make sure you pull that stitch off. There you go, and you're just gonna purl across the entire row. And if you're wondering, how can you tell the difference between a knit stitch and a purl stitch? It's a great question. When you're purling, you can see it kind of creates this little bump here. This is called a purl bump. On the knit side, that's not there. It's kind of this smooth, this V shape. So it's just a different look. And that is the best way to tell. And honestly, the more you do it, the more obvious it becomes. But that is it. So like I said, to create stockinette stitch, which is this really pretty smooth fabric. So here we are at the end of our wrong side, purl side. And you can see here that this has this kind of like bumpy, see all these little bumps, this bumpy look to it. And then if we flip it over, this is called the right side. It's the smoother fabric, and instead of those bumps, you kind of see these little, this V shape. So that's how you can tell the difference between the knit side and the purl side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna do a few more rows so we can actually see this, and then we are actually, in my last video, gonna learn how to cast off and be finished with the project.